Sir, I'll ask about geopolitics and our foreign policy priorities. So, what is your assessment about the geopolitical turmoil that we have been witnessing in the last few years, and how do you navigate these challenges to just push our foreign policy priorities and to just, the aim of raising India's global stature? Where do you see India in the next 10 years?
Well, that's a lot of questions at one go. But I think the common point for all of them is that the world global order is actually in transition. Transition not in the sense of incremental change, 5%, 10%. We are actually talking of a very deep churn. And the kind of world we are going to see by the end of this decade will be fundamentally different from the kind of world we are seeing today. How? One, we are seeing very different new players with greater weight, you can say. If you look at, who are the top 20, 30 countries, that list is changing and the ranking in that list is changing. And we ourselves are part of that change. 10 years ago, we were number 11 economically. Today, we are number 5. The expectations next 2 to 3 years will be number 3. So, and we will keep, obviously growing till a point will be 2 and hopefully beyond. The second is, the dominance of the United States, which started after the end of the Cold War. I think today has effectively come to the end. The United States is still the premier power of the world, but for a variety of reasons. One, you can say the next lot of powers are much closer to the United States than it used to be. Also, the US itself has changed its posture vis-a-vis the world. It's willing to it's more careful about responsibilities it takes on. So what it has done is many regional issues, for example, are for regional powers to sort out. You're not going to get one country. At that time, the Secretary of State, then Madeleine Albright, described it as the indispensable power, that in every issue, where is the US? I think many issues today are being dealt with much more locally, regionally than they used to be. I think the international economy is changing because last 25 years, we had this globalization process. And that model of globalization, it did 2 things. One, it concentrated manufacturing and technology in one geography. And number 2, it hollowed out the capacities in many countries, including ours. And there is a reaction to both. At a strategic level, countries feel, why should I, why am I dependent, or why because that kind of over concentration in fact is leveraged. So I should actually today spread my risk. I should hedge. I should have more centers of production. I should have more supply chains. So one part of it is a move to actually diversify the global economy. The second is because of the hollowing out of the economy, of many economies. There's a desire today to protect their jobs, that they are seeing the social consequences of this kind of very, I would say, flawed model of globalization. So this is also become a very big driver. And then there are the new technologies, the AI and the chips and the drones and the space and the electric vehicles and the battery and the green and clean technologies, which will have a tremendous impact on all of us. Few years from now, you and I will not be doing an interview like this. Somewhere AI will also be in the room. Think about it. So what would happen? I think the combination of all of this today poses a kind of a picture of great churn. And on top of it, competition is sharpening. Just think about it today. You have a conflict in Ukraine. You have fighting in Gaza. You have this attacks in the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea. You have tensions in the South China Sea. You have terrorism in different geographies. You have, the kind of problem that we are having on the LAC with China, but other countries also have their own issues with China. So the multiple conflicts, tensions, divides, with all these variables that I'm putting to you, I'm painting to you actually a very, very stormy international scene for the balance of the decade, and which is why I think today one of the biggest choices which the Indian voter has to make is, in this situation, who do you trust to lead the Indian government?